Well, good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. I decided to do my whip and chat now, hopefully. I've been trying at least 2 different times, and something's come up. In one of them, you'll hear my dog. Well, not really, because I'm not going to post that, but that's the reason why I had to redo this. So, anyway, happy Saturday. It is 6:31 here in Ellis, Kansas. Our temperature, the last I knew, was 68 degrees. We had a storm roll through last night, and it was pretty wicked, but we're all okay. So that's the good thing. I ended up having supper with my brother last night, and that's when the storm decided to roll through. Because when we left, we walked out, and the skies were a very dark gray and very angry looking. So, but I made it home, and then shortly later, I know my brother made it home okay. So, with that being said, I wanted to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I can't talk this morning. I have 55 subscribers, and I want to thank Diamond Grandma Lynn for giving me a shout out. That sure has helped. And I want to thank Lee and Lenore from Lee and Lenore. That's their new channel name. So thank you guys. I wasn't expecting 55, but hey, I'm going to take it because I really do appreciate all of you. This has been pretty awesome. I have decided with my channel, I'm going to, besides diamond paint, and I may throw in some new things. I haven't decided yet because I've seen some things on Facebook last night, and it's like, I may have to give that a try. So, I decided I'm gonna on my channel. I'm gonna share about the state of Kansas. So if that's something you're interested in, stay. You can diamond paint with me. You can just sit and listen. It's fine with me because I won't know what you're doing really. But I would like to share about the state of Kansas, where I live here in Ellis, and my hometown Victoria, because I feel like we have lots of history to share. And I'll cover some other towns and cities in Kansas. So that way, if you ever want to take a trip, you can come on over to Kansas, okay? Because there's no place like home. Okay, with that being said, there was a challenge, and Diamond Grandma Lynn wanted me to answer these 10 questions. So thank you, Diamond Grandma Lynn, for asking me to do this. And then I will challenge 2 people. And if you feel like it, you can do it. And if not, hey, it's okay. And I will send you the questions. That way, you don't have to go scrounging around and re-listening to this whip and chat to get all the questions, okay? Okay, with that being said, I'm going to get started on my diamond painting and the questions. And hopefully, I won't have no interruptions. I put the dog in the bedroom this time and said, you need to stay there. So we'll see how this goes, okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to move my camera down. I do have a spare bedroom, and I'm going to have to get busy and work in there. There's some wallpaper in the bedroom. The people that we bought our house from put the wallpaper up, which is fine. But I think it's time to take it down. We've been here 24 years, and I've never done anything with the wallpaper. And it has clouds and bears. On the top part of the wall are the clouds, and then there's like a border around that has bears, which is fine. If we would have had children, it would have worked. But we didn't have children, so now I think it's time to get rid of all that. I would like to take all the wallpaper down then just paint the wall, I think a cream color. And then, guess what? I'm going to put diamond paintings up. Yay! Oh my goodness. Maybe when I get started doing it, I will. I'll take pictures because the walls and the ceilings in my house are way up there. This is an older house. I love it. But yeah, but I'll have lots of room to put diamond paintings. So it's like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I just know it. Okay, so with that being said, I want to get started on these 10 questions I am to answer and then nominate my 2 people. So the first question is, what is the one thing you appreciate about your physical appearance? And the one thing I appreciate is my eyes and my smile. I've been told I have beautiful eyes and I have a beautiful smile. So those are the 2 things that I appreciate. Second question is, what is the one thing you are most grateful for in your relationships and your friendships? Well, I am grateful for my husband. He has helped me to grow as an individual. He is deaf. He does have a hearing aid. And so when he wears the hearing aid, he's technically not deaf because he does hear when it's in, but when it's out, he's totally deaf. And that came about because when his mom was pregnant with him, she had rubella, and then he lost his hearing. But I'll cover that in another whip and chat sometime. So yeah, I've learned to advocate for him on several things. So that has helped me to step out of my comfort zone and help him out a lot. One of my most grateful for in my friendships, I have had real good friends. I had 2 past co-workers. We all 3 worked at a children's center at one time. And we worked together really good, and we always had a great time. And when you work at a children's center, you have to take classes to keep up on everything. So when we would go to these classes, we all 3 would travel together. And so then, yeah, we had lots and lots of fun. So I appreciate them. One of them moved to Montana, and the other one lives in Manhattan, Kansas. So that's what that is. Next, number 3, what's the most valuable lesson you've learned from failure? Not to do it again. I learned from my mistake, and then I know that it's best not to do it again. 4, if you can learn any language instantly, which would I choose? Well, it had to be American Sign Language. Now, you got to know there are different sign languages out there. The one I want to know is American Sign Language, because that is what my husband learned when he went to the deaf school. So, and the other one would be German, because of my German background. I would love to learn German also. 5, what is your favorite way to start the day? My favorite way to start the day is with prayer, and then I listen to affirmations. That is how I get started. Number 6 is, what is your favorite way to spend a rainy day? Well, it have to be diamond painting and reading. I don't read enough. I should. I do love to read. It's just I need to start making time and doing it. That's my whole thing. 7 is, what's your favorite movie quote? Well, I'm kind of like Diamond Grandma in that. I love the movie Gone with the Wind. I also love Carol Burnett's parody take on it. It was hilarious. But yes, where Rhett Butler says, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. He just told her the way it was. And she needed to hear that. She always thought, she just thought she was a goody two-shoe. But he set her straight, and that's what she needed. Really, she needed a good, I'm sorry to say it, a spanking, but, you know. I wanted to share a little tidbit on that movie. The movie was made in 1939. That's a long time ago. And second, Hattie McDaniel, who played Mamie in there, would you believe she was born in Wichita, Kansas? So that's pretty special, I think. To me, she was an awesome actress. Because, I mean, she came from Wichita and went and became an actress. So that's pretty good. And there is another famous line in that movie, and it was called, and it is, after all, tomorrow is another day. I like that. It's just something we gotta all remember. Tomorrow is another day. So yeah. Number 8. If you won the lottery, how would I spend the money? Oh my goodness. If I won the lottery, I first pay all my bills off. And I would probably have to buy me a different car. Lucky for me, my husband works at a used car lot. He does auto detailing. That means he cleans the vehicles. So if he ever sees something, I can always tell him, keep your eye out for it. And I know I could, go purchase it. Or the guy who owns the used car lot, he does go to auction, and I could let him know that way too. But anyway, need to put more diamonds out. After that, I would fix up my house, and I would help my parents and my siblings. I would make donations to some organizations, especially to the veterans. Those gentlemen and ladies have done a lot for our country, and I so appreciate them. My dad is a veteran. He was in Vietnam. And I know Lee served, and I know Tim served. I have uncles who served, so yeah. Oh, and I do have 2 aunts who were in the service also. But yes, the veterans, in my books, deserve a whole lot more, and they don't get it. So, yep, you guys mean a lot to me, because without you doing your time and protecting us, you know, we'd probably be maybe a lot worse off. I don't know, because I don't know what's going on, and I'm not going there. But anyway, so thank you if you are a veteran. I know also that Diamond Grandma's son is serving. So thank you to her son. And like I said, thank you to my dad, to my uncles, to Lee, and to Tim, and anybody else out there. Oh, and my aunts. So, yes. And I do wear red, white, and blue every chance I get, because I am proud to be an American. So, all right, let's move on. Question number 9. What is the best excuse for getting out of something you don't want to do? Well, there is no excuse. I just won't do it. So, we'll make that short, sweet, and simple. And then it says, what is your favorite way to recharge and find inner peace? Well, that is prayer. I do that a lot. I don't know, there's just some things that get me upset, get me anxious, so I just stop and I take a few moments and I say a prayer. And then I tell my Heavenly Father it's in His hands, and I know He'll do what's right for me. And that brings me inner peace. So yeah, there are the 10 questions. And the people I am going to nominate are Lee and Lenore, because you guys said you're needing something. So if Lee wants to do it, and then the next time Lenore do it, that's fine. Or if you both want to do it together, that's fine by me too. And I would also like to nominate Diamond Cajun. She has her own channel too, so I hope she sees this. And like I said, I'll send you the questions, and then you guys can participate. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to now get into more of my WIP and Chat. I wrote out things, and would you believe this is the second WIP and Chat already? Whoa, am I doing good or what? So, I first want to know, how is everyone doing? I hope you are doing well on this Saturday morning. I am doing actually fantastic. My husband has off today. He actually had off yesterday. He went to Kansas City. And what you gotta know about the state of Kansas, when you go back east, it's a longer drive. It's about like a 5-hour drive. So yeah, when he came home last night, I want to say he got, he ran into the storm, but I'm not for certain. He didn't say a whole lot, so I just didn't really get a chance to talk to him. And like I said, I want to thank you to all of you who have subscribed to my channel. It has been a fun first WIP and Chat, and I get to see my numbers grow. So, and like I said in my first one, when I hit 500, I am going to do a giveaway. And I have kind of a rough idea of what I want to do. So I'm going to have to start putting things together. So when I hit that 500, I'm going to do a drawing. It'll be an old-fashioned drawing. I know they have like a wheel and you can spin it, but I'm going to have to get all that figured out. So for the time being, when that time comes, I will figure something out, and I'm going to put your names in a box, in a hat, and then I will do a drawing, and you will receive something from me. And I feel like whatever I give you, you will appreciate, because like I said, I've been thinking about this all this past week, so it's going to be exciting. Okay, then if you remembered, I posted a map. Nope, it's right here. I will show it to you. See that map? I posted that. And what I'm sharing about this is, I said that here in Ellis we have a lakeside campground. It's next to Big Creek here in Ellis, and there are RV places. You can bring your RV, put up a tent, it doesn't matter. I think there are either 20 or 24 slots. So that's quite a bit. Anyway, when you come to the campground, they have a pay station. I don't know what it costs. I would have to go look. But so much for, I think, campers, RVs, and tents. And then they have comment cards, so you can leave your comment about what you thought of our campground, which I think is pretty awesome. Anyway, you do that. And so I think I'll have to go check it out maybe. When you fill out the comment card, I'm pretty sure they probably want to know where you're from. So in our last city newsletter, they had put that map, and it said that all the shaded areas are the ones that have visit our campground. The ones that are not shaded, North Dakota, Minnesota, Connecticut, Mississippi, Hawaii, and Alaska, have not visited our campground. We've had people from Canada, Belgium, and then the United Kingdom come. All I can say is, wow, that is pretty awesome in my books. So, if you're ever traveling along I-70 and you need a place to stay, you like to camp, there it is. Ellis Campground. It is a real nice campground. Our city takes really good care of it. During the fall and winter, that's when they do all the upgrades if any need to be done. They've redone some of the picnic tables. They're wanting to put in a better playground for the kids. I don't know for sure when that's supposed to take place, but you know, it takes time. You got to get the money together and everything. So yeah, I got a diamond here that has a little black speck on it. Let me see if I can pull him out. No, he's not going to come out. Okay, well, we'll just move him over to the side. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share about our campground and about that map. And I was shocked to see that 300 people had viewed that little short video of the map. So anyway, I said my husband is not working today because he went to a funeral yesterday in Kansas City, came home, and then today we're going to go over to the town to the east of us, Hayes, because they have their citywide garage sales. And I thought that would be a good thing for us to do together to spend some time. So later this morning, that's what we're going to do. And see what's out there. Yesterday morning, when I was at work, my supervisor, she belongs to, we call them the Chamber of Commerce. Anyway, she belongs to that, and she sometimes has to go to chamber chats. And what that is it could be an organization or a business. And say, like yesterday's, it was an organization. It was actually the Ellis County Historical Society. They do this chat, and so they say what's going on, and that way it gets out there. You share what's new with your organization or business. Whoops, I had some diamonds that went flying. And so yesterday, the Historical Society, which I am a member of, in Hayes, there are some statues, there's businesses, and so they have these bronze plaques, so it kind of tells about everything. So for instance, it's kind of next to the railroad track there in Hayes. It's a pavilion, and they have a statue of Wild Bill Hickok, so it tells a little bit. But they had one of the schools, a senior who graduated this year, he had to do like a special assignment, I want to say, something for the community. So what he did is he designed this app. And so you scan the QR code on your phone. You just take your camera and you hold it, and it opens it up, and it's a walking tour. So what that means is, like I said, it opens up, and then it tells you like where you're at, or you can follow, like it'll tell you where number 1 is, which maybe is that Wild Bill Hickok. It will tell his life, just highlighted and everything, and then why he was in Hayes. So it sounds pretty interesting. I want to try and do it sometime. I mean, I love history personally. I know some people don't, but that's my cup of tea. So yeah, that's what I would like to do, and I was glad my supervisor let me attend with her. It's pretty awesome. And yesterday in Hayes, there was a lot going on. We have a carnival that came to town. They're here pretty long. Let's see what else was going on. It's called Thunder on the Plains, and it's a car show. So anybody who has older cars, you can go down to this park where they're going to be, and you can walk around and look at all the old vehicles that have been restored. And actually, I should have checked with my nephew, because he restored, I think it's a 1987. I know that's not old, but it kind of is. The square body. And let me tell you, he did some amazing work on this puppy. So he should be, well, I know he is very proud of himself, because 1, he's a farmer. 2, he does welding. That's his forte. He works for someone, and that's what he likes to do. So anyway, we may even go check that out, because it is on today down at the park, and I like to go check that out, see what it's all about. But so anyway, that is what I have written down. And like I said, I really would like to share about the state of Kansas. If any of you have a diamond painting channel, I like to challenge you to share things about the state you live in, because I like to hear about other states. I think it's pretty cool. So with that, I will just share a little bit here. Last year, there was a gentleman who came through Kansas and went through certain towns and visited them. Then he compiled this book. It's pretty awesome. It's the ultimate guide to the sunflower state. It has all sorts of different things in here, but I am going to, oops, I'm almost there. I want to just share a little bit. Let me find it. Okay, Ellis County was established in 1867. Our population is 28,934. Ellis County is one of several in Kansas that honors the legacy of former American Civil War heroes from the Union. It was named for Lieutenant George Ellis. Ellis, the town that I live in, has a population of 1,958. Ellis first served as a water station on the Kansas Pacific Railroad in 1867. It was around 1873 that the town site was formally established, and it quickly became a cow town, a common shipping point for cattle drives heading from the south to the north. Early settlers came from predominantly Louisville, Kentucky, and Syracuse, New York, to assist with the construction of the railroad line. Incorporation came about in January of 1888, and in 1896 the town made history when an all-woman council and mayor won the local elections. Former residents of the community created a couple of early interventions. The residents of the the first being the electric streetcar developed by John Henry in 1882, and an early train dispatcher in Ellis, and the other being the cross process for converting oil, natural gas, and similar resources into gasoline, invented by residents Walter and Roy Cross. Walter P. Chrysler, the founder of the Chrysler Corporation, which employs over 90,000 individuals, grew up here and spent his early days working for the railroad and local machinists. His former home is now the Walter P. Chrysler Boyhood Home and Museum. It is one of 4 museums in town, the other 3 being the Railroad Museum, the Ellis High School Alumni Association Museum, and the Boca Venus Society Headquarters and Museum. The Boca Venus Society of the Americans operates the latter institution at the former First Congressional Church. Famous jeweler and businesswoman Martha L. Adis is another person of note from Ellis. So yeah, that is Ellis in a little synopsis, I guess. Hayes, like I said, is the town to the east of us. It has a population of 21,116. We have a town, Shenzhen, which is south of Hayes. It has a population of 170. Victoria, which is my hometown, which is east of Hayes, has a population of 1,129. And that is it for the county of Ellis. I will share more later. I'm going to share about Victoria next because, you know, hey, it's my hometown. National Register of Historic Places. Ellis is the Walter P. Chrysler Home, Ellis Congregational Church, Memorial City Hall, Merchants Bank of Ellis, and Pape's Barn. Victoria has Brunger Dryling Farmstead, George Grant Villa, and the St. Fidelis Catholic Church. And Walker has it's called Fort Fletcher Stone Arch Bridge. So, yep, that is what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to share more about the state of Kansas, the towns and cities that are in Kansas. Whoops. I'm still here. I'm trying to. I wanted to show you some brochures I picked up. I went to the convention center there in Hayes because I had to get a map for all the garage sales. So, at the Historical Society, they do have some things from the National Orphan Train. This is in Concordia, Kansas, but the museum lent our museum some things. Then there is a thresher show, and this is in Bird City, which is way up in the northwest corner of Kansas. And this is my favorite. You see that? That's my church. It is a Catholic church. It is known as the Cathedral on the Plains, and also it's the home. It is a basilica, and I'll have to get information to tell you about that. But that is my home church. When I got married, that's where I got married at. I want to show you the inside of it. If I can find a picture real quick. And George Grant is the one who got the town of Victoria started, so I'll have to share that. I don't know if you can see right there. That's the church. Back then, families were asked to contribute, and so they had to go south of Victoria to get the limestone to build the church, which, you know, as they say back then, all they had was horse and buggy, but it'd be horse and wagon. Let me see. I know there's a better picture of the inside of the church, but I can't. I'll have to look for it again. Oh, maybe it's in this one. This I thought was cool. Tells you places to stop along I-70 in Kansas. So you start, say, with exits 17 and 19, which is Goodland, Kansas, and it tells you everything that you can see. And if you see this right here, Grandma Diamond, that's a Van Gogh sunflower thing. Isn't that pretty? And exits 53 and 54 is Colby, and they have a big, it's called a Cooper Barn. Exit 70 and 76 is Oakley, and they have these big monument rocks. I've been there. Awesome. Exits 127 and 128 is Waukeeny. Exits 157 and 159 is Hayes, also Victoria. Hayes has something called the Sternberg Museum. If you have children, you want to come and check this out because they have dinosaurs. And if the kids are like any of the kids around here, they love dinosaurs. and I'll share more about that later. Exits 180, 184, 189, and 206 is Russell County. They have something called Wilson Lake, which is beautiful. They have something called Garden of Eden, and I'll share about that also, because it's this guy, I want to say he was eccentric and just everything. I went there once. I should go again because it's been a long time, but it's pretty awesome. Exits 244, 250, 252, and 253 are Saline County, which is the city or town of Salina. They have something called Rolling Hills Zoo. Exits 272 and 275 is Abilene. And President Eisenhower grew up here. He was born in Texas, but later they moved to Kansas, so he was able to call Abilene his home. Exits 295 to 301 is Junction City, and they have a beautiful lake, I've been told. Exits 303 to 313 is Manhattan, Kansas, and as they would say is Go Wildcats. Exits 355 to 365 is the city of Topeka. They have a Children's Discovery Center. Our capital is there. Exit 197 is Lecompton. Exits 197, 202, and 204 is Lawrence, Kansas. That is the University of Kansas. Go Jayhawkers. Or go Jayhawks. Exits 410 to 423 is Leavenworth. That is Fort Leavenworth, and they do have a penitentiary there, I'm told. Exit 224 is Bonner Springs. They have something called the Moon Marble Company. It says, take a journey 100 years long at... No, that's the wrong one, sorry. Marbles, traditional toys, games, and gifts delight visitors of all ages from around the world at Moon Marble Company. So look at that. Those are beautiful marbles. Next is exit 411, which is Shawnee. Exits 410 to 423 is Kansas City, Kansas. We have the Kansas Speedway. And I want to correct myself. Last week when I mentioned in my WIP and Chat, I said we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Kansas City Royals. Well, per se, they're not in Kansas. They're over in Kansas City, Missouri. But I recently heard that Kansas City, Kansas is trying to get the Kansas City Chiefs and the Kansas City Royals to move to our side. I guess the teams want their stadium, the stadium upgraded, and the people of Missouri don't want to do it. So the state of Kansas has an area which is somewhere around the Kansas Speedway. I've been there a few times, and I know they do have a lot of ground. So they could probably build a new stadium that both the Royals and the Chiefs could use. So I'll have to keep you posted when I hear things. Oh, also, backtrack a little bit. In where the Kansas Speedway is something called Legends. They have a lot of shopping malls. My husband took me. It's amazing. So yeah, you start at one end of Kansas and drive your way across, and you can hit some wonderful cities. So there it is. I'll start you here, and then we'll just move you along. Right there it is. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I was excited that I stopped and found all this information, because I am going to share a lot with you guys. I think it'd be kind of interesting. So, like I said, the challenge is Lee and Lenore, the 10 questions. I will send them to you. And Diamond Cajun Debbie, she's in Louisiana and she has her own channel, so I challenge her. I hope you guys do it. If not, that's fine. Oh, let me put this back up because I'm almost done. And then I challenge other dining painting individuals, men, lady, whoever does this, to share about your state in some shape or form and the city that you live in. You don't have to give, your address away naturally, but just share a little something about, like I said, your state and the city, something that you can highlight. Because like I said, there's so much history out there and we should share it, because the younger generation, I'm sorry to say, they don't know a lot, and we need to keep our history alive. And I'm learning that through the Ellis County Historical Society, that we need to do that. All right, so with that, I'm going to say have a fantastic, I wish I could say that Mary Poppins one, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Didn't do very good. I kind of butchered it, didn't I? Well, anyway, have a fantastic Saturday. My husband and I are going to go garage sailing, check out, see what's going on, and maybe go check out that car show, and maybe I'll take a video and post it so you guys can see what happens in the big town of Hays, Kansas. All right, so with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and also remember, do something amazing for yourself today because you deserve it. All right, with that, bye, and I love you all.